Hello and welcome to the News Radar. The United States has vetoed a United Nations Security Council draft resolution that would have demanded an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, along with increased humanitarian access and the unconditional release of all hostages. 14 council members voted in favor. Washington cast the lone veto, saying the text drew what it called a dangerous false equivalence between Israel and Hamas. The resolution would have also demanded the unconditional release of Israeli hostages being held by Hamas and other groups, language that had broad support among Security Council members even as disagreement persisted over how to address Israel's military campaign. The veto comes as Israeli tanks and troops press deeper into Gaza City. Military officials say operations are expanding, but have released few operational details. Independent monitors and humanitarian agencies warned that the fighting and bombardment are exacerbating an already catastrophic humanitarian emergency across the enclave. UN and aid officials have described conditions in Gaza City as nothing short of cataclysmic, with a constant stream of families on the move, exhausted and carrying little more than mattresses or plastic bags. Agencies report large-scale displacement. Some sources put the number of people forced to flee recent fighting at around 300,000 or more, as civilians seek refuge in the south. Aid deliveries are struggling to keep pace with needs. France, China, and other Security Council members criticized the veto. France reiterated its opposition to any plan to occupy Gaza or forcibly displace its population and urged Israel to halt what it called destructive operations. China said it was deeply disappointed by the vote and questioned how many more innocent lives must be lost before a ceasefire is agreed. Those voices warned that continued military escalation would make it harder to secure a deal to free hostages and end the suffering. On the ground, thousands of Palestinians are fleeing toward designated humanitarian areas such as Al-Mawasi, but those zones are already overcrowded and new arrivals describe dire conditions: little food, no fuel, damaged homes, and inadequate shelter. Families report trauma, illness, and mounting fear as they wait for basic aid that remains scarce. Humanitarian agencies warn hospitals are on the brink and that civilian protection must remain a priority. As diplomatic debate continues in New York, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza persists. International officials say urgent, sustained access for life-saving aid and a meaningful effort to secure the release of hostages are essential steps to reduce suffering, even as political divisions complicate any immediate path to a ceasefire. We will continue to bring you new updates as more information becomes available. Stay with us for the latest updates.